Hey, what up YouTube? Today on McPherson Racing YouTube channel, we're going to talk a little bit about this puppy here. This is the Power Vision Black by DynoJet. I'm not going to make an install video on this because the installation is super straightforward. I just used a universal GPS mount and the DynoJet clip mount from Amazon. It's an aluminum clamp and a composite clamp extension mounted right to my handlebars. Ran the cable down the chassis, down the frame. I also have target tune installed on this bike, so these are the wideband O2 sensors, at least the wideband O2 sensor harnesses. That comes down here. I have my target tune under the seat, and then the Power Vision plugs right into the diagnostic port, and then this actually goes up to a splitter and then goes up to the target tune under the seat. Unfortunately, it is a little bit cramped in there. So I had noticed after running the auto tune a couple of times, the tune wasn't actually feeling any better. It was feeling a little bit soggier and soggier, and it was the most valuable parameters to look into to solve drivability issues and low RPM is going to be your map reading, your RPM, your throttle position percentage, your advance for your ignition, the actual engine temperature, and then the air-fuel ratio. This bike was feeling a little bit soggy even though the air-fuel ratio was reasonable for the KPA and the RPM. What had happened is there was not enough timing in that mid-range. Being able to see those parameters in real time while I was riding around was instrumental in tuning out the drivability issues I was having with this bike, which was pretty much just that Harley-Davidson didn't have enough timing into it at mid to higher KP at lower RPMs. So I just went in, highlighted the center section right in the area it was all soggy, it hit add 2. And my test drive afterward revealed that most of the lagginess was gone. So I might go back in a little bit later after I've ridden it on some hot days to make sure it doesn't ping, and add just a tiny bit more timing here and there and see how that goes. It's important to remember not to go way overboard on the timing. That's why I only added 2 degrees, but it's also important to remember in this area the reason it's set so low from the factory is to keep the NOx emissions low. Alright guys, here I wanted to show you a little bit about the auto tune. This is the WinPV software that you can download for free when you buy one of these things. So I ran the auto tune, and this is the VE table. This is where the auto tune makes changes to correct for the airflow characteristics of your pipes and air cleaners and maybe cylinder heads and cams and stuff, so that the amount of fuel that's commanded by the computer is corrected for those changes. This is the correction table for an auto tune, which is, I don't know if it's good or not. It's got all these crazy peaks and valleys. Here's the original tune. You can see how much fuel it actually added there. And then it does have this little dip through 2500 RPM. But where I picked up all my power was actually, or my drivability, because it got soggier as I ran the auto tune. I think it's because it started running real rich right here. Not necessarily rich by any means, just corrected. But with more fuel, it takes more time for it to burn, so I had to add a little bit of timing. So the takeaway from this is that auto tune isn't a dyno tune or a power tune. It just corrects for the airflow changes. Will adjust your spark table, and a real tune will adjust your base map based on your engine combination and your timing tables. Alright guys, have a safe weekend. Peace.